it was chaos last year. It was chaos, you know. It was hard. It was really
shelter
hard.
work is not easy work at all. It's very emotionally taxing.
Yeah, which I think no kill and euthanasia should just be a whole video on its own, because there's so much that goes into
And
that.
I cried because I'm like, these people hate me. They don't appreciate me.
Hi everybody, this is Erica with Pinal County Animal Care and Control. I'm here with Director Michael and Program Coordinator Justin Baber. We're going to be starting a new thing, kind of like a sit-down discussion where we have discussions about things that are going on at the shelter that we want to include the public in, and also the public can chime in and we can talk about things that they want us to talk about, just so you can kind of get to know who we really are at the shelter and kind of how we work and what our mindset is out here. So to start, if you guys don't already know, this is Audra Michael, our director, and she's going to kind of give you a brief history on herself.
I started in 2011 as an officer, and I was promoted in 2 years to a field supervisor. I was a field training officer as well. In 2015, our director left, and I ended up taking over for interim, and I've been the director ever since.
And then this is Justin, who is our program coordinator.
So I started out as a volunteer in 2019. I was offered a job in 2020, and then I applied for the job, got it as an adoption coordinator, and then about a year after that, I was promoted up to program coordinator, and then I did a week-long training in Austin, Texas to help me with what I currently do.
And for those that don't know me, I am Erica. I started off in 2016 as a kennel tech, bumped up to an adoption coordinator, to a program coordinator, and then also was a supervisor for a period of time, and now I am back in programs part-time. And so let's talk about 2022, how last year went for us.
I think that for the country, we were feeling the same thing. It was like extremely busy with strays and stuff like that. It was chaos last year. It was chaos. However, because we do managed intakes and we put programs in place, it could have been a lot worse, but it wasn't as bad as it's been in the past because we managed it. If we wouldn't have managed it, we wouldn't have a live release rate of 94% for the year.
Yeah, it was a tough year, but we came out with a 94 live release rate, which if you guys don't know what that means 94% of the animals that come into us leave alive. So that includes injured animals, sick animals, aggressive animals, everything that comes into us. I think it was just really difficult because, like you said, all over the country, they're having issues with, we're just so full. And, you know, a lot of shelters have taken on becoming no-kill. So, but we still got the backyard breeders and all that, and it's just not helping with the population. So shelters have stepped up where community members really haven't.
Correct.
And shelter has to kind of take on that load of taking responsibility for all these accidental litters and like backyard bred animals. I think another huge thing that we had an issue with in 2022 was staff shortages.
Oh gosh, I wrote that down in my notes.
Yeah.
It was really bad. We had a COVID outbreak like 4 times. We had only 5 officers at one time, which is crazy. Mm-hmm. And we had 5 kennel staff at one time, even less than that. We had officers coming in to clean. I was coming in to clean. Everybody was coming in to clean. It was a nightmare, and it was really hard to get people to apply and then also stay, you know. It was hard. It was really hard.
On top of being like over capacity by doubles, triples, at the peak of COVID, when, you know, everyone was at home and took a bunch of animals, we had implemented programs like Every Dog Every Day, which is ensuring every single dog gets out of their kennels and they get daily enrichment so they don't get like kennel crazy, and it helps with their mental health. Now we're just so overwhelmed with how many animals we have, and
it's hard to get to every dog every day.
Exactly.
It is, yeah. So,
and that's part of your gig.
Yeah, so like if you would like to help with that, become a volunteer, please, and help us get every single dog out of their kennel for at least once a day, every single day. It makes a huge difference to them. and you do make a very big impact on their lives.
Yeah, we do have a lot of volunteers that we have our steady ones that come in and do the walking. And then we have people that prefer to work with cats, which is great. But the dogs, we really need help with getting them out of the kennels and everything.
Yeah.
And it also, when we implemented those programs, there were dogs that were here, like, do you remember Trevor? He was over in C building because we thought he didn't like other dogs, and we started implementing every dog every day, and we started doing play groups, and lo and behold, he likes dogs, and then he got out right away. So it's helped us see behaviors in dogs that we haven't seen before. And we used to do the dog testing on the leash, and it was always very stressful, and you'd be like, is he gonna fight? Are they gonna fight? And it was like crazy, and so it's helped. However, with the mass amount of animals coming in, it's really getting harder and harder to like walk every dog or get them out of the kennels.
I think there's a big group of dogs that only get out maybe like
once a week, twice a week
at most. So, and that sucks.
It does. Because they deserve a little more time out. They're the ones that are most stressed, and they're also the ones that some of the staff don't feel comfortable handling. So
exactly.
It's only you or Sienna or you or me or Katrina. So
Yep, and then everyone got pregnant last year as
Not
well.
The dogs.
Not the dogs. Staff members. So that like contributed to our staff shortages.
Yes, it did,
Myself
Erica.
included. Sorry, I came back.
You're the only one.
I know. Oh man,
Brady and Jaden.
I know. Throw them under the bus for our first podcast thing. But yeah, even with that, we still managed our live release rate, and we're still trying really hard to do our every dog every day.
To me, that's like the most important program we have.
Yeah, because like the span that a dog sits versus a cat sitting here is, a huge difference.
It's like 4 times longer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely beneficial if, people come in and help walking them and playing with them.
I think another hard part that contributed to 2022 is we do have new cities that we work with.
Yeah.
And with those cities, it is high volume animals coming in.
For such a small city, the amount of animals that come in from that city is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that community, as much as you try to help them, doesn't seem to go anywhere.
We can only do so much. We're not pick
so
up every animal we see and go euthanize them.
No.
We hold on to that animal. We care for them until we can find them proper placement with either a home or rescue. And just with the amount of animals that come in and the lack of responsibility,
it's really hard.
Yeah.
It is hard. And we're trying so hard. And we have implemented community-based programs. We have a community engagement officer that goes out and helps fix fences, build dog runs, dog houses, just so that the life of the animal can be better. And honestly, the community too. If they keep getting out of their yard or whatever, then we go and we try to help them. But a lot of people will help them 2, 3, 4 times. And then after a while, it's like, come on, you're going to have to step up and be accountable too, you know? And I don't know. It's a good program because it helps keep animals out of here that we would have ended up having to take. But at the same time, I mean, we can't do it alone. We need the community to help us with their own
And if we were just to take everyone's dog away, like they would just go get another dog. So why not help them keep the dog they already have that's comfortable at home?
And that's
get it spayed, neutered, low cost. Correct. Yeah, we don't want to take anyone's dogs, and we try to keep them with their owners. It's just really difficult.
It is. It's very difficult.
So staff shortages. For those that don't know, we only have about 8 officers right now that service all of Pinal County, which if you don't know how big Pinal County is, it is the size of Rhode Island. So we have 8 officers that have to travel from point A to B to deal with all the calls that we get in. So that's really difficult. But what are some good things from last year's? Yeah.
I think we learned how resilient a lot of the staff is here, because shelter work is not easy work at all. It's very emotionally taxing.
Yeah.
So, for those people that are willing to stick it out and help and continue working here, we really appreciate them. But it's definitely put us to the test and, shown how resilient we can be as a shelter. And we did see the community stepping up, and helping us out as much as they can. So we really appreciate that.
Oh my gosh, especially during the holidays when we said we didn't have any food, and the next thing you know, we got
that
a
was
huge
awesome.
Connex full of food. That was
awesome.
Insane.
A Connex and a half.
Yeah.
Crazy. It was so crazy.
Well, we were so desperate for food, we had to put our pet food bank program on hold, so we couldn't help people that, needs food.
Needed food and everything. It was
sucked.
Just so awful because people would come in and say, I need food for my animals, and we would be like,
we need food for our animals
too. Something to give you. But yeah, it was crazy how much the community stepped up. And one of the good things about 2022 that started somewhat near the summer, maybe, when we got accepted to participate in Bissell Pet Foundation's Empty the Shelters. The first time we got like 104 dogs out. We got some long timers out of here, Sparky.
Yes.
I mean, we got some long timers out, and then they've selected us to participate. And every time we participate, we do get a decent amount of animals out of here, which didn't happen before, So I think that was a really good program that we've gotten to participate in, and hopefully we get to participate again. But so that really helped us out a lot too. So
I think this is the first year we actually got to do a Christmas dinner for the volunteers and staff, because the past couple of years we haven't been able to, just because of COVID and stuff, which was nice, and showing our appreciation for the volunteers. And it's rough being out here. Yep. We know.
We're in the middle of nowhere, so it's really hard to keep volunteers and get people to come out here. It's difficult. And don't follow your GPS. It'll take you somewhere.
Yeah, it takes you out to the desert.
Just punch in the fairgrounds and then just keep going.
And then we're right behind it.
Yeah.
I think another good thing is that we learned how to come up with different programs such as this podcast to help us engage with the public more.
Which is important, because I feel like a lot of people in the community don't really, they still think we're like high kill, euthanize everything that comes in the door and
pick up every single animal.
that we want to be punitive and take people's animals away and issue citations, which we don't want to. We just have to, follow the law.
And the law is that you need to get your dog a rabies vaccine and a license.
Be on a leash
That's
at all times. Not at large.
And be on a leash. That's it.
Maybe we can do a whole episode explaining state laws, because
I'll do that.
I'll be honest. Before I started working here, I didn't know I needed to get my dog licensed.
I live in Maricopa County, and I never got my dog's license until I started working here. I'm like, I better get my dog's license.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I had taken my dogs to the vet to get spayed and neutered, and then weeks later, I got that pretty letter from Pinal County saying, you need to license your dogs. And I'm like,
how did they know?
I was like, first of all, how do you know I have dogs?
Right.
What's going to happen if I don't? Are you going to take away my dog? And I think that's a lot for people, is they don't know until they get that letter, and they get really scared, like, oh my God.
And honestly, that's just the vet letting us know that your dog got a rabies vaccine. We're not hunting you down and trying to find you or anything.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know, a license is just proof of rabies. You have to have proof of rabies in the state of Arizona.
Yes.
Yep. I think
and it has to be current. So if your dog gets out and is running down the street and actually bites somebody as it's running down the street or something, if your dog has a current rabies vaccine, we're not going to impound your dog. It's going to stay with you at home, and we just ask that, you watch your dog for 10 days. If your dog doesn't have one, then yes, it will come here, and yes, we have to keep it for 10 days. You will get it back, but we will have to watch it for 10 days. And that's in the rabies compendium in the state of Arizona's ordinances.
So we're not just trying to go out there and take your money. That's not what we're doing.
No.
A huge thing that came up on when we had all that dog food came in is everyone thought we were tax funded.
Oh, yeah. That's right. People were like, what? Make them buy their own dog food.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow.
What do my taxes go to?
Yeah.
Not us.
Not dog food.
not
It goes to the other branches of the county.
Yeah. It goes to your roads, mostly.
Yeah, we get a very teeny tiny small portion of tax donation or tax money.
Yeah.
mainly it's revenues. And so that means licensing is a big one.
So if you do license your pet, you are helping shelter
You're
animals.
helping our shelter, yes. Yeah. We have revenues from licensing. We do accept donations. We also, our adoptions, our impound fees, and we've lowered our impound fees a lot so that it makes it easier for people to get their animals back. But if we don't make the money, we don't get to spend the money. That's basically how we're run.
We have so many enrichment programs and just things focused towards the care of the animal now versus like years ago where, you know, it's not free. So.
Right. Which brings me to what I would like to do in 2023, like a goal that you asked on there. I want to change our name to focus on what we are now as opposed to what
animal
we were
control
before.
We're
correct.
A care facility.
I want to change it to like Pinal County Animal Care Center. So we could still keep the acronym.
Oh, the PCACC.
Yeah.
That'd be
nice.
We don't say control because we don't really control anything, you know. I mean, it's like we're trying to help, not control. So I would like to get it changed.
If you guys got name suggestions,
we're
open to that.
If we could keep the acronym, I mean, I still want to keep it PCACC because there's a PAC, PACC, and then it's just a lot. So
So
I would like to change our name. So I probably have to write up something and take it to the board and see what they say.
And another thing on the money subject is to show you how much we care versus other shelters. Look at our adoption prices, our licensing prices, and everything else versus any other shelter, and I can guarantee you we are one of the lowest.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's only $35 to reclaim your dog, and that goes towards a license.
Right.
For your
and that's
pet.
it.
So
we're not making you pay the state mandated $50 if you didn't get your dog fixed. And we'll even offer, if you want to adopt your dog back and get it chipped, vaccinated, fixed, the whole nine,
we'll do that
too for super cheap. I mean, it's just as a matter of the community and pet owners working with us. I mean, how many strays have we brought in since December 31st?
So we have brought in 83 animals since December 31st. So for those of you that never been to our facility, we have 52 kennels. About 18 of those are reserved for quarantine animals, so dogs that we're holding for their bite quarantines that are either going to go back home or be put up for adoption. Also our intake kennels, which is 10 holding kennels, so for animals waiting for their vaccines to get moved into our main buildings. The other side is medical, so dogs that are receiving medical care and can't go with the general population. So that leaves how many kennels out in Gen Pop? Like 100?
About 100.
100? Hold on, let me do the math.
It's like 130, I want to say.
Is it that many?
No, it's less than that. Like I think it's like 115.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. You guys can do the math. So 152, 18 kennels taken away for quarantine, and then 18 kennels taken away for intake and medical. We can't basic math here.
I have a calculator.
Technology is great. Let's see here.
I get paid to work with dogs, not do math.
I know, huh? That's why I have a calculator in here. I'm not good at
116. What did I say?
116. You said 116.
You were very close.
Close. Yeah.
So that leaves 116 kennels for general population, which is animals up for adoption, rescue, foster. And we've taken in 83 animals since the 31st. So a week and a half.
Like, what, a week and a half? 83.
That is pretty much...
That's ridiculous.
That
and
is
I'm sorry, but those 83
half.
Animals have an owner.
They have an owner.
They have an owner. So where are you?
If you're scared about impound fees, we just said our impound fees are like
$35
non-existent.
And you get your dog. And we microchip them for free. We don't even charge you for it. And we vaccinate them for free. We don't charge them. We don't charge anybody. So please come and get your pet because we don't want it here. I mean, everybody thinks that we're the big bad dog catcher and we just want to take your animal. That is so not true. We have enough to deal with. We don't want, your pet. So please come get it.
We host like free adoption days where we are just trying to push all of our animals out of the shelter. Doesn't matter who they are.
Yep.
We just want them out and finding a good home.
Yep. Yep.
So 83 animals, and I think a big contribution to that would be New Year's.
Yeah.
Fireworks. We made a post like, hey, fireworks are coming. Get your dogs ready. Get them confined. Because dogs, when they're scared, they can jump that 8-foot fence. They can break off that tie out. They can break out of windows.
My dog's too fat to jump over a fence, but he was definitely like in between me and my husband, and he never comes on the bed, but he was freaked out. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, my little dog that I adopted from here, he actually got picked up after a thunderstorm. No one came to claim him. So it was about maybe 7 o'clock. I went outside with him because I was like, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I feel like the first firecracker that goes off, you're gone. Yeah. And sure enough, someone popped a firecracker like close to our house, and he took off running. I'm like, hey! And he turns back around and into the house. So
he's like, I know I have a kid in here. I'm going to win.
He's like, wait. Yeah. I can't leave.
That is too
bad. I think that's a big contribution. Always around the holiday season, we see an uptick in animal impounds, and it sucks because these dogs had homes. They were out really scared during fireworks, and no one's come for them.
Yeah. I think that as we do this podcast and we get our feet wet in this whole thing, I definitely think that it should be some frank conversations about things that we are challenged with all the time, things that people like to say about us on social media, about how much we suck and we don't do our job. And,
the topics that
I mean, there's a lot. And when you work in animal welfare, you cannot please all the people all the time. You have to accept it. And once you accept that, you find peace somewhat. But apparently, I don't take constructive criticism very well, so,
No.
I suck. I don't know, but, everybody that knows me...
I mean, it's ironic because we do reach out and we post,
I think it's funny because I'm, the biggest, I'll make fun of myself. If I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong, and I make fun of myself all the time. And, I take constructive criticism. You yelled at me before. Made me cry.
I didn't mean to! This is why I can't give you constructive criticism.
Oh, stop. No. You can, absolutely. But still,
I think we're very open-minded here. Yeah. We're all about the animals and, doing what's best for the animals. And for our community, too. Obviously, we're not going to place dangerous animals back into society. No. Even though people think we adopt out, the most vicious dogs ever because it's a pit bull. So they're like, that dog needs to be euthanized. This dog with no bite history that's never hurt anyone in its entire life, we're not going to do that.
I do feel that we help out our community, or at least try to help out our community more than most shelters, because we had programs like the Breast Cancer Awareness Walk, where you were able to come in and walk a dog and help with, breast cancer awareness. And then recently we just had a job fair, that had nothing to do with animals, but we wanted to help out the community by, trying to have you come in, find a good job, get, what is that? Get your name out there with other,
get your foot in the door.
Network. Because we do hire a lot of volunteers that come in. They end up working here, which I started as a volunteer at Paws and Claws in Apache Junction. It wasn't Paws and Claws yet. It was still Apache Junction Animal Control. That's how I started. And, so it's just...
I tried to volunteer here a long time ago, but I was scared, so...
Yeah.
Do you have any goals for 2023?
Goals for 2023 is, a big focus for me will be communications.
Social media.
Social media, reaching out to the public. We want to hear what you guys have to say. And we're very transparent. We try to be as transparent as we can, and that's why we're starting this. So, we can hear what you guys want us to talk about. And it's not always going to be us three. We're going to try to, filter through staff members just so you can get to know the people that work here, and we're not horrible, awful dog killers or anything like that.
I definitely think that it just cracks me up how everybody thinks that we're something that we're not. It's just kind of funny to me. And last week, I don't know if you guys were here, but last week somebody came in with a dog that they had found, and they go, so what's going to happen to it?
Oh, yes, I was
you're all, Audra! They're all, so what's going to happen to it? I'm all, we're going to take it in the back and smash it in the head with a hammer.
Oh my
and they're like, I started laughing. I'm like, okay, no. Because it's just funny to me. I'm sorry. I have to vent sometimes, and I do it. Maybe in a
I know, those poor people.
But.
Yeah.
But no, it's just funny because people are just they think that we're just this horrible, horrible place that, we just do nothing. We get enjoyment out of torturing animals or something, and that's just, so not what we are. And honestly, it doesn't really bother me because I know what we do here. We all know what we do and what we're about. And, you know, if you want to like come down and take a tour or see what it is, I mean, we're very open to that. We love it. And, you know, our data is our data, and we're not going to be one of those shelters that fudges our data so that we could still be a no-kill. I mean, if we make a month that, I think 1 month last year we were like 89.1, and it is what it is. You know, we can't do it alone. We need our community to step up and help, and if some of the communities aren't helping us, we can't do it. You know, we try very hard, but I mean, if we're not going to make our 90%, then oh well, I'm not going to like finagle numbers so that we're like...
People just think high and mighty of us. Yeah.
Right.
Well,
no, it's not about that. It's
so
just
yeah,
about the
throw
animals.
topics at us and we'll take them on. We're not scared.
Nope, not at all.
I think more people need to learn more about animal sheltering. People don't really understand. Like, someone can say they're a no-kill facility, and then they're like, oh, so they don't euthanize at all, which I think no-kill and euthanasia should just be a whole video on its own, because there's so much goes into that.
It's a very muddied term, the term no-kill.
Yes. And then also, we don't take it lightly here. We have a whole process for it when we go over for each and every dog. Every dog has their person that speaks up for them. Yep. And it's just a case-by-case scenario.
And honestly, people, we need to do, like, what's the difference between a municipal shelter and a humane society? There's a very huge difference between municipal and humane societies.
Yep. I mean, both can be, you're trying to accomplish the same thing.
We're all trying to accomplish the same thing, but one of those doesn't get the kind of funding that the other one gets, which is millions as opposed to thousands. So, yeah.
Yep. Any other goals for 2023? So communication's a big one.
I really want Angus to get out of here.
Yes.
We got Chessa out.
I know. I want to get my Angie man out. Come on, somebody please take Angus. He's such a good
Mr.
boy.
Angus. Where is he? Should be in here.
Shouldn't.
Well, no, he shouldn't, because then he's over there on his toys making all that noise in the background.
He stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got really bad gas lately.
I think with volunteers is another goal.
Yeah, I put that in my notes. I would like to get more volunteers.
And then I just want to be able to offer more to our volunteers that we have. A lot of our resources gets taken up towards the animals and stuff. So I really, in the community, I want to be able to offer more to the community. So it's just, we have so many things go towards our animals and not enough manpower.
You know what I would like to do, and you guys are going to think I'm crazy, but we have the van that we never use, and it does have the seats, right? Or does it not?
No,
It
it's
only
in the
has the two
conics.
front.
Oh, only the two front?
Well, the other seats are in the conics.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it has like a row and a row. So like maybe we can figure something out to where we can like actually go get people from a community. Road trip. Bring them here. They walk some dogs for a couple of hours and then we take them back home.
It's like a shuttle, you know.
Yes, it's a shuttle. Only you're going to come and walk our dogs. Or fold laundry or play with kittens. You know?
I mean, even if you have a community where you know a ton of people that want to walk dogs, let us know so that we can even transport our dogs to you so that we can walk in your community with our dogs.
We've done that in, I think, Maricopa, and that is far for us. And we take animals out there to communities to participate in dog walks. And
because a lot of people don't want to drive all the way out here, but they'd like to volunteer. But I would like to do some sort of shuttle service to where we can pick some people up, show you around, let you walk some dogs, take you back.
Another thing will be super helpful is when we get our remodel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which supposedly is starting in May, from what I understand, but I don't know.
How long is that going to take, though?
It's going to take a good...
We're supposed to get a community room, right? Because we don't really have a room for, like...
We're going to have great rooms. We're going to have a community room. We're going to have, like, there's going to be a walking path that's going to go all the way around the shelter.
Oh, wow.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
You didn't know that? I'll have to show you this stuff. But, yeah, we're going to have a walking path.
I even kind of, like, snuck my way into the book that they had. Yeah. And I did not see it in the plans.
Oh, I'll show you. I'll show it to you, yeah.
If you've ever volunteered or worked here, you know that closing some of our kennel doors takes
horrible.
Like 3 people. Yes. And to open them, you're going to throw your back out.
Yep. It's kind of dangerous because, I mean, you go and grab a kennel door and you cut your hands.
Do you see my thumb right here?
Do you see the tip of my finger? Look at that. I cut that open this morning.
Well, mine I did like a month ago, and I still have a black fingernail from the kennels.
We make it work, but it would be nice to have
some kennels that actually open and close.
The dogs
and open
can't.
in.
We have dogs that escape from those kennels.
So open in, not out.
Yes. yes. You guys got anything else for?
I think my only real big goal is to focus on coming up with new programs to engage with the community.
And you have to stop beating yourself up. Just because we don't have 40,000 people that show up for a job fair doesn't mean it was a failure.
It was our first one.
It's a failure to me.
No, it's not. Stop.
So if you could please come out, make my ego go up, I would really appreciate it.
It's okay. We have our strategies for the next one. Jeez. But that's a good question for the public. How do we get our names out there? How do we get people to participate in stuff? Because we did have our job fair this past weekend, and it was kind of crickets.
We had our Christmas adoption event. Crickets.
That was also crickets. Our pupper treat does really
well.
good every year.
It
so
does.
We're trying to figure out why.
How do we get that magic to other events? Are we doing the doggy playgroup one in Apache Junction at the dog park?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So January 28th, Apache Junction, we are coming out to you with a group of dogs. We're going to try and take at least 2 trucks of dogs that go to doggy playgroup. If you guys don't know, we do doggy playgroup at our shelter every day for dogs to get enrichment, socialize with one another. And we're going to be out in Apache Junction with a group of those dogs for adoption. Mm-hmm. So come down, learn some more about us.
Bring your dogs, see if they get along.
See if your dogs get along, and hopefully you get to take someone home. Mm-hmm. What else do we have coming up? We're going to the Senior Expo in Maricopa.
We're going to the one in Anthem.
Oh, we're doing the big PAC 911 in Anthem this weekend on Saturday. There's going to be so many rescues out there. So if we don't have what you're looking for, there's going to be multiple rescues out there.
For sure.
You can kind of get to know us a little more out there as well. That's out in the valley. That's a far drive for us, but
it's very far.
Anything
far
to get the dogs
I
out
live
here.
in the valley, okay?
But we're going out there. What else do we have coming? Oh, our February event. We're going to do on the 10th and 11th. We're going to be doing $14 adoptions for the animals. We're also going to be doing something for the kids, an enrichment event where they can come in and make candy grams.
What day is the 14th and the... What day? 13th, 14th?
No, the 10th and 11th.
Oh, 10th and 11th.
Yeah, so Friday, Saturday. So the kids can come down and make enrichment snacks for the dogs and then grams that go on top of their kennels. And
cool.
Is there anything else you...
So I'm also having kind of an arts and crafts program for them that they can... I have these giant rolls of paper that kids can color on and decorate so that we can hang up all along the walls as adopters walk through. They can see the art that the kids do, and then as well as decorating our playgroup yards for a speed dating kind of
really?
theme.
Okay. I think we should do the old style Love Connection where somebody asks the questions and we have 3 dogs and we have somebody
that'd be really neat.
A contestant, no, Bachelor.
Yeah, pretty much like that. For my old age, it was the Love Connection.
Maybe for the public walk that day, we can also do a speed dating thing. Yeah. Come get to know the dogs, and you get to make their Tinder profiles or something.
Yep.
You get pictures of them.
Well, we can always use ideas for events because we've done a lot of different ones.
Yeah, our brains get fried after a while.
Yeah.
And then we get sad when you guys don't show up. So.
Yeah,
especially me.
You beat yourself up.
I really do. I go home and I cry because I'm these people hate me. They don't appreciate me.
Yeah.
So show up for Justin so he doesn't cry anymore. You and Gumbo should really get together. You guys just...
Gumbo.
I love Gumbo. He's such a sweet dog.
So he didn't ever have a meet and greet?
The people that were supposed to meet him today backed out as well. But,
No!
But he has another meet and greet, hopefully.
Yay.
Okay.
Fingers crossed.
He went viral on TikTok.
Yeah.
Finally. We made it. We did it!
Yay.
All right, well, I think that wraps
You don't
it up
have
for
anything
me.
else?
That looks like it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to talk about last year, how it went for us. It was really hard. And that's just throughout the entire country, if you guys aren't aware.
It was kind of like intakes, adoptions. And it just was horrible.
Aren't aware, a lot of shelters that have stopped euthanizing for space, unfortunately, did have to start euthanizing for space again. We thankfully are very grateful we have not come to that, but if push comes to shove, there's always those hard.
Happen.
Yeah.
And it sucks because it's going to be the ones that are going to be the behavior cases that we have a hard time working with, and that we all are attached
that sucks,
to them.
yes, because we love the underdogs. We try really hard for our underdogs and to find them safe placement, but and it's just a scary domino that's going around the country of shelters.
But get involved and go on our Facebook page and look at our doggy play groups. We take videos of it all the time, and you know, like, network for us. You know, we could always use people that are like those keyboard warriors out there that can't physically come in and help out, but you can help out on, because social media is a very powerful thing, especially in animal welfare. And I don't know.
If you guys aren't aware, we do have an online volunteer program where you do get to join our emailing list and be up to date on what's going on at the shelter. That was another thing I wanted to start doing this year is newsletters.
Oh, that's right.
Because we used to do those a long time ago, way back when, but kind of fell off.
That was Katrina that was doing them, and then she ended up becoming like the deputy director.
And she's just way too busy.
She's too busy
and then program coordinators are way too busy.
She's too good for us now.
She hides in the vet room all the time.
So, I mean, if you physically can't get to the shelter, there are ways to get involved. With the online volunteering, we meet with you via Google Meet, and we kind of give you the rundown of what goes on at the shelter and like what we need help with. You get our animal pleas, so an animal that's in need of rescue, if you can just network them. Networking is
also, if you
important.
are out of state and you want to be a virtual volunteer, you're more than welcome to. The only thing that we have an issue with is transporting our animals to whatever state you're in or far across the country. We're willing to do it, but it's just we can't pay for the transportation. So if you have a transportation service that you would like to, come down, pick up the dog, and then take it to wherever you like, where it'll find a home, you're more than welcome to do that.
Because we do get people that want to adopt out of state. It's just we don't have the resources to take the dog ourselves. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we're like,
if we have a volunteer that wants to take their own vehicle and take a dog, that's cool, but we can't do it.
You guys are going on a road trip.
Yeah, we
passing
can't do
through
it.
Casa Grande.
Just
there you go.
pick up one of our dogs and take them to a new home. But that's pretty much it. Let us know what you guys want to hear from us. Like I said, we're very open to discussions, even if they're hard discussions.
Yeah.
If you'd like to learn any kind of, responsible ownership tips, definitely, give us a call. We're more than happy to share our ideas with you.
Yeah, resources for you guys, and that's pretty much it for now.
We want to be a friend, not a foe, and we want to be the best municipal shelter out here in Arizona, because we have Maricopa County and we have Pima, and they both rock, but we want to rock harder.
Yeah.
We're all.
Yep. So, rock on.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.